History is the present. That's why every generation writes it anew. E.L. Doctorow. An American novelist, editor, and professor, the author of the novel Ragtime was a master of the historical novel, known for his placement of historical figures in unusual settings, and his ability to connect the dots between the events of history with thoughts and concerns relevant to the people of today. Doctorow's works were never specific only to one time period or genre. When Terence McNally, Lynn Ahrens, and Stephen Flaherty set about in 1994 to adapt Doctorow's best-selling novel about turn-of-the-century America into a musical theater piece, they were able to create a work of art that is not only relevant to our times, but tugs at every fiber of our being. Through the music and message of Ragtime, we have an opportunity to confront history's timeless contradictions of wealth and poverty, freedom and prejudice, hope and despair, and what it means to be an American. While many of the characters are fictional, their situations are not, and their stories are so intertwined with the stories of actual people and events that it is hard to determine where reality ends and fiction begins. Ragtime, School Edition, is KA Musical Theater's first Community Connections production since we closed our doors due to the pandemic. A production designed to give adult performers in our community a chance to create together with our most experienced youth. Some may question why we would choose to expose our young people to a production such as Ragtime, that is ripe with racial tensions and hate, political upheaval, racial slurs and misunderstandings, hardship and pain. Haven't we all seen enough of this in the last year? The answer lies within the hearts of the brave young people who make up the cast of this production and the convictions of the adults who have chosen to stand beside them. Passionate, fearless individuals who are unwilling to look away from the injustices that continue to plague our society and are willing to make a stand for what is right. The answer lies in the belief and understanding that all human beings, regardless of ability, race, color, or creed, have immeasurable value, and that it takes all of us, with our many differences, both seen and unseen, to bring to life the beauty of the human race. As we explored the nuances of this powerful piece, our cast and creative team have had an opportunity to take a hard look at the events of the past and present, at attitudes, at misunderstandings. We have had an opportunity to grieve together, to work through the trauma of the disconnect that the pandemic has created, and to realize that the invisible fibers that hold us all together in this web of humanity are still alive and well. Although the events of this story take place in New York in the early 1900s, our production was filmed in the midst of a global pandemic in the heart of Oklahoma City. Our performers, dressed in period costume, are masked to protect each other from the coronavirus. Nothing about the material in the production has been changed. Yet the masks and the backdrops of familiar Oklahoma City places remind us of what Doctorow phrased so well. History is the present. We must be vigilant to ensure that dark events of the past do not reshape themselves right here in front of us. The young people who have chosen to stand together in this production do so with their eyes wide open and their hearts reaching out to bring peace and healing to a troubled world. I am in awe of their strength, their passion, and their commitment to this story, this message, and to their future. Our future. We are in good hands. The people call it ragtime.